A new longevity vitamin. Do you know it's been since 1947 since we have discovered a vitamin, and that was vitamin B12? This vitamin has some very, very significant potential. In looking at things, they checked the blood and checked for metabolites that were connected with longevity. They checked 112 different supplements, and they found one stood out above the rest, and it was called ergothioneine. And ergothioneine is known to decrease risk for coronary artery disease, stroke, and death from all causes. And I don't mean a little bit, significantly. Now the problem is our levels of ergothioneine tend to decrease as we get older. It is a cytoprotectant, which means it protects the cells in your body. It is a cell protector, something we definitely need, especially as we get older. And because of its dietary origin and the toxicity associated with depletion, ergothioneine may represent a new vitamin whose physiologic roles include antioxidant cytoprotection. So there's a lot of things that this vitamin is known to do. And we really can't classify it as a vitamin because if you have something that's classified as a vitamin, it is because if you don't have that within a relatively short period of time, it will cause a deficiency disease like scurvy or beriberi or pellagra or one of those things. And this doesn't cause an immediate deficiency disease if you don't get it, but long term it causes problems. Remember, we're looking for things that increase our health span. And this is something that absolutely should be on your list because in America we've got a shorter health span and a lot of age-related disease and no fun parts of our life. Using this supplement can help extend your life and also increase your health span. So where do you find ergothioneine? What food is it you're going to look in to get it? Mushrooms. Mushrooms. So how many of you in this group eat mushrooms regularly? All right, that's about half of you. Now, if you can't force yourself to eat mushrooms, and I know some of you can't, I'm going to give you an easy solution in just a minute. Mushrooms are the most active place where you can find ergothioneine. It is not found in plants and animals to any significant degree. It does protect against heart disease, and it protects your cells from damage. So they call it a putative longevity vitamin because it does seem to extend life. If you look to where we find it, mushrooms are by far the most biggest source for ergothioneine. Tempeh, which is fermented soy, also very good for you. You should be using, has some. Chicken liver, some. Black beans, kidney beans, oats have a little bit, but not very much. Mostly in mushrooms. And what mushrooms have the most? Well, they all have a pretty fair amount, but shiitake mushrooms would have the most of all. What else does ergothioneine help besides heart disease? You're going to be impressed with this list. How about cancer? A systemic review and meta-analysis of observational studies found higher mushroom consumption was associated with lower cancer risk. And how about mild cognitive impairment? Compared to participants who consumed mushrooms less than once a week, those who consumed it more than twice a week had reduced odds of having mild cognitive impairment. Here's a study where they looked at people and found dementia was significantly reduced in regular mushroom eaters. Improved cognitive function. Now, lion's mane was used in this study, and lion's mane is something that's used in Chinese medicine for centuries and centuries going back. So it's a randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled study, and they saw improved cognitive function in just 12 weeks. Another study, at 12 weeks, at 8, 12, and 16 weeks, the mushroom group showed significant increases in cognitive function scores. And then they stopped the mushrooms and their improvements began to dwindle. So definitely a connection. And if that wasn't enough, how about Alzheimer's disease? They treated people with early Alzheimer's and saw significant instrumental activities of daily living score difference between the two groups. And last, how about a decrease in everything that is going to kill you? All causes of mortality decrease when you eat mushrooms regularly. So if you can't stomach the slime, what do? Now I've got a couple kids that have mushroom phobia, and it's just the texture that they don't like. If they sense it in their mouth, it's probably going to come out. And I was like that when I was younger, but I actually enjoy mushrooms and actually had some mushrooms on my salad today. But if you can't do mushrooms, and I'd encourage you to try them, if you can't, get some mushroom powder. You can buy mushroom powder. It's relatively inexpensive, and it's got a whole bunch of ergothioneine in it. So here's some lion's mane mushroom powder. And that is actually from the package that I use, and I put it in my shake every morning. I have come up with what I call the 7 Systems Plan Longevity Shake, and I'm going to show you the ingredients in my shake. I start off with blueberries, the healthiest of all berries probably. I put them in water and blend that first, blend that up good. And then I add 3 products from Nutridyne. A functional food, and they've got several. I kind of mix and match which one I use. A scoop of fruits and greens, that's just concentrated fruits and greens. A scoop of Multi-Collagen Renew, and if you're getting older, as I am, your body needs more collagen. We produce less as we get older. So those are Nutridyne products. I add a tablespoon of ground chia and flax seeds, extremely good for your microbiome. A teaspoon of wheat germ, and I do that for the spermidine content. Now, if you haven't watched my video on spermidine, check that out. It is a longevity superstar found mostly in wheat germ. A teaspoon of olive oil, great for everything. Apple cider vinegar. A teaspoon of beet powder to boost my nitric oxide, and there's the half a teaspoon of mushroom powder, a quarter teaspoon of amla powder, that's Indian gooseberry, and a quarter teaspoon of matcha, green tea, which has significant health benefits. And this tastes good. It's not hard to get down at all. I usually throw those things all together in a baggie and I make them up ahead of time, so I just got to throw it in the blender and I take it. I want to encourage you to use food to make your body years younger. We have helped thousands of people do that. And one significant part is eating mushrooms. So I want to encourage you to do that. And if you absolutely can't eat mushrooms, get some mushroom powder and add that to your shake. And if you're looking for something to improve your health span, I want you to check out the 7 Systems Plan. We have hundreds and hundreds of tips like this that will make you enjoy life and feel young again.